Alright, you are back with comedian Dave Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I have been through my economics phase, and I'm currently in the middle of my history phase, but I can feel another phase coming on right now, and that's religion. I'm listening to the Martyr Made History podcast. I'm currently into episode 4 of Fear and Loathing in the New Palestine, which is basically a deep dive into the foundation of Israel by the Zionists. It's so fucking interesting. He did it in 2015 as well, way before the shit that is going down there now started. Although fucking it's been going down there for many a year. I knew about the Balfour Agreement because I did a Boyle Breaks history on it, and it's pretty much the foundational document for Israel. But I didn't realize the Zionists started moving into Palestine before then to set up shop. They were rolling in because of like the pogroms and the crazy shit going down, and mainly in fucking Russia and Ukraine and everything. Like the Jews were getting slaughtered out there. Anyway, I'm only up to like 1920. Haven't even hit fucking World War II yet. But I also didn't know that the Arabs had fought with the British Army in World War I against the Ottoman Empire, and the Brits pretty much promised Palestine to the Arabs, and they also promised Palestine to the Zionists, and they also promised Palestine to the French, and it was a big fucking shit fight, which the Arabs lost, obviously. But World War I and the Arabs fighting with the British troops against the Ottomans, the Turks, that's where Lawrence of Arabia is from. T. Lawrence. He was like the captain or some shit. So you hear about this history and you're like, oh, I thought, I knew about the Balfour Agreement, but for some reason I thought the Jews just started moving there after World War II. But it had been fucking set up way before then. It's very fucking interesting. Anyway, listening to that and also listening to Conceived in Liberty, there's a very rich vein of religion that runs through all these events. And it just triggered something in me today. I'm like, do all these world events that are going on at the moment still have a religious tinge to them? Well, I know the Israel-Palestine one does, but could there be a far more religious influence to all the events that are going on at the moment than I may be perceiving because I know nothing about religion? So just before the fucking podcast started, I whipped out the Holy Bible, and I'm like, I'm just going to have a little fucking gander through here. So I started at Revelations, and I was like, I have no fucking idea what that was about. What the fuck were they smoking back then? Something about 7 light stands, and one of the light stands had a white beard, and I don't know what was going on in Revelations, but it sounded like John, who was there with Jesus, I think that's what happened, and I think they both took a serious heroic dose of fucking shrooms and then just started jotting shit down, because I don't know what the fuck Revelations was about. So I went back and I was like, all right, Exodus, that sounds sweet. And I know the Old Testament's more the Jew Bible, so I started reading that, and like 15 lines into Exodus, Moses is born, and then he's thrown into the river because the Pharaoh wants all the midwives to kill all the male Hebrews. But I think it's Moses' sister saves him or something, or Moses' mum. And then they throw him in the river. He gets saved. And then he grows up and not much happens. Then he kills someone. He kills someone because that dude was beating the shit out of another Hebrew. So Moses just fucking levels him, takes him out of the equation, if you know what I mean. So I'm like, all right, Exodus is all right. There's some action in Exodus, but I've got no idea what's going on with these religions. So I guess I'm going to have to start reading some of these texts. They are incredibly boring though, so we'll see how far I get into it. But this could be my new phase, a religious expert. I just can't believe how fucking naive I am to all these world events. I'm like, the Arabs fought against the Ottoman Empire. I'm like, aren't they the same cunts? Well, the Turks and I think the Lebanese were in there as well. Well, the Ottoman Empire was huge, but the Turks and the Arabs are completely different people. And the Ottomans controlled the lands of the Arabs. And they fought for the British against the Ottomans. And the Ottomans were Muslims as well. Arabs were Muslims, Ottomans were Muslims. But for some reason, the Arabs teamed up with Britain, who promised them independence over Syria and Palestine and shit. And then, obviously, Britain gave them the big old fuck over. Anyway, I'm about to become an expert on just about everything, so strap in. If you thought I was confident in my opinions when I knew absolutely nothing, then wait till I know even the tiniest little bit. I'm going to be unstoppable. Anyway, fucking that'll do it for tonight, and I'll see ya the fuck later.